Hey guys, my name is Shegun Chatu. For 7, I train traders how to trade in harmony with the market. I haven't done any post in a while, but today I'm going to analyze the Canadian dollar Japanese yen because we are interested in this pair. CAD has been fantastic in terms of its movement. It's not moving as fast as we would have loved it to, but the price is still showing signs of recovery in terms of the 4-hour trend and the 1 hour. So my goal today is to analyze the 4 hours, then the 1 hour and the 15 minutes chart of the Canadian dollar Japanese yen. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is to identify key structures. So we have price coming down. Okay, we don't need to analyze all the trend. Price was coming down, coming down. Then we have this move here. This is a structure on the 4-hour chart. So I'm gonna label it, that one there. That's a structural point on the 4-hour. Then we came above it once and twice. Then we now have a new structure, which is actually this here. It's a valid structure now. Anytime the price stops and starts to move back up, that will stand as a valid 2. This is not 2 because the momentum high has to create the structure. This is a structure that created a structure. So this, we cannot count this as a major structure, okay? But this one is a valid one because it breaks below a previous low. So that is that. So the high here, oops, this one here is a momentum high. And that's it basically. So in terms of the projection, we use the Fibonacci. I'm gonna change this one from the Russell to the key ratio. And we can see price has traded into the buy zone of the Fibonacci, which is this area here. And that's our analysis done on the 4-hour. We know the direction, okay? The reason I said we know the direction is because the simple rule is momentum precedes prices. Okay, I'm gonna type. So once we have a momentum, there's a more than 70%. Once we have a structure and a momentum high, even with the one that has a follow through like this, there's over 70% that price will come back and test the high or break the high for a continuation. And for those that knows how we like to trade, I like to count the wave. So if we are going to count this wave, this is the first momentum, that will be 1, and the structure that is currently forming, that will be 2. And if we break above, that will give us 3. So in terms of medium term projection of the Canadian dollar Japanese yen, it's still a positive outlook or picture, if you want to say that. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do, which is the 4-hour. Then we go to the 1 hour to see how we can approach this correction. Okay, we don't need to worry about the trend anymore. The 4-hour give us the directional move. The 1 hour, I'm going to be looking at the timing basically for entry, or when to know this correction is ending or is still continuing. Okay, so what do we have here? That's the momentum high that we identified on the 4-hour. We have a higher low, then a lower high, a higher low. So this is now the structure on the 1-hour chart, and that is good enough. So we have a structure. If we break below this structure, we're going to have a new momentum low. We don't want that. Okay, we may have a pain, but the ideal scenario for us is where price is right now. We want to see a gradual breakout of this buy zone of the Fibonacci. Okay, because it is a valid pullback. This has given us a structural point. If you look at this point here, this is actually a higher momentum low, which is a key indicator. When we have a higher momentum low on the 1 hour and we have a structural point on the 4 hour, that is a confirmation of buying, that the price has retraced enough and there will be buying interest once the price has gotten to that level of price movement or correction, if you may will. So this is where we are right now. The 1 hour is pointing in the direction that the correction is valid. The 4 hour is telling us the correction is valid, and the 15 minutes chart is what we're now going to use to enter. I've already entered the trade on the 5 minutes chart, but for the sake of this session that I'm doing, I'm going to look at counting this wave here. So we have a structure momentum low 1, 1, then you say this is 2, 3, 4, and as you can see, the 5 was divided into 3 waves, 1, 2, 3, followed by a break, which is a manipulation move this morning, that one there. Okay, this is a valid momentum low on the 15 minutes chart. They broke it once, which is good, and they did like a W pattern. See, first break, second break did not make a lower low. That is valid. If had it been this second break made a lower low below here, we should expect another low. But because this low and the subsequent low, which is this one, did not trade below here, we have a setup. Okay, and that is why we bought on the 5 minute chart, because that was very clear. Even this here is the internal structure on the 5 minutes chart, and this became a momentum high on the 5 minutes chart. Okay, so with this trade, our stop loss should come below here, because with this type of trade, we are in the buy zone now, and we are seeing a failure to make a lower low in the buy zone. That is the first sign of trend continuation in the major in the direction of the major trend, which is the 4 hours in this case. So we're looking to buy off this area, and if I'm gonna give a new entry, this will be the new entry to go long. $104,128 will be our new long entry, and the stop loss will come below here. We don't need to give it any more than maybe 3 pips depending on the spread. Okay, the stop loss will be the low of London session. I'll use black for that. Okay, you can say plus or minus 5 pips depending on your broker. So 103.70 ish, okay, or 69. Okay, and in terms of target, we have to use the bigger target, which is the 4 hour, because if this thing is going to play out the way we are expecting it to play out, we have the first target here, which is 106.92, the second target, which is the 108.64, and based on the picture in front of us, and this is a wave structure that is forming an uptrend, there's more potential for an upside move than downside moves. Okay, So that is a quick one today, and I haven't posted publicly in a while. I've been busy developing the system, and I just wish you guys a successful trading journey and a successful trading week. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. My name is Shogun Chat 247, and I hope to see you in the next one. God bless.